Today's night look is featuring the Face by the Skincare Company. So I'm using their copper brush set, as you can see there, starting with the more flat top foundation brush. And I'm using their Retexturising Face Primer, just buffing that in as you've all seen before. Love this silicone-based primer. It glides over my little fine lines and pores and just helps to fill them in a little bit so that I don't go cakey and creasy during the day. Going in with one of my absolute favourites, the Brightening CC Cream. This is in the colour medium. I've spoken about this a lot because I love it. It goes on white, it adapts to your skin tone, and it just gives you a really beautiful base before you go ahead with any foundation. It does a little bit of subtle coverage and colour correcting for you before you've even started. So you can see it just helps to smooth over the skin, polish it off, and give you a really perfect base, so you need less foundation. The foundation I'm using is the Mineral Sheer Tint in Natural Glow. These colours are perfect for when I've got a tan, so looking very bronze there, but that's the way I like it. So I'm using my Ultimate Kabuki brush, buffing it in. The brush gives such a beautiful natural glow to the skin. I'm obsessed. You just can't go wrong. Buff, buff, buff. You can add more if you want, but you generally don't need to. It just gives a really beautiful finish and makes a little bit of product go a long way. And I'm using the concealer in light medium, just under the eye area, in more of an upside down triangle shape, across the bridge of the nose, a little bit on the forehead there, top of the lip, the chin, and just because I'm tan, I like to do a little bit at the corners of the mouth, just to lift them up a little bit, not have them looking so dark. Buffing it in with the same Kabuki brush. I like to use my concealer in that way so it gives a little bit of a subtle highlight without being too white. It just gives a very soft shape to the face. And I'm using the Baked Finishing Powder in Satin Glow, pinching my fluffy powder brush there to do a little bit of contour. And also I use this to set my foundation. So it's not a matte look, it's going to give me a nice dewy, beautiful satin glow basically to my face. It gives a beautiful sheen. So I'm just setting that all over and concentrating a little bit in the hollows of the cheekbones, across the temples, and I'm using the smaller fluffy brush there, which is the eyeshadow brush, just to concentrate on my nose, which is something that I do every time I do my makeup, just to define my tip a little bit more. And here I am going in with my blush, baked blush in Honeybell, and my fluffy blush brush from the copper set. Love this colour, it's a staple of mine. I use it every day, day and night. I don't care, get it on my face. Love the pink, I love the vibrancy. And I'm going in with the Dome more denser brush, and I'm using the face palette in Berry Nice. And I'm just going to use that Dome brush in the lighter, more highlighty colour just to highlight my nose, so multi-use, and a little bit above the cheekbones there. I don't do a lot, I don't want to look too shiny, but I just want that extra highlight as it catches the light. So I want to start with that lighter shade first, and then I'm going to dip into my Satin Glow Baked Finishing Powder just to deepen up my contour a little bit more without putting too much sparkle down there. So that's why I like to use the highlighting colour first. And my Precision Brow Pencil, obsessed. I cannot believe I've lived this long without this brow product. It makes it so easy. You don't even have to know what you're doing. You just feather it through your brows and it gives fuller, thicker, luscious brows. You can see how easy it is. You just comb it through. I am in desperate need of a tint here. I have no brows. There's a big hole there, but it doesn't even matter because this brush will fill it all in for you. I prefer the deep brunette colour only because I do like my brows to be a little bit more defined and stand out, but it does also come in blonde, so don't feel like it has to be too scary with the brunette colour. You can use a lighter colour. And taking the eyeshadow brush from the kit, using that highlighting colour again and just focusing that across my eyelid and the inner corner of my eye for a nice subtle highlight, and also across the brow bone there. My eyebrows are in desperate need of a wax still, so I don't want to put too much shimmer on that brow bone, but just a little pop of something is still fine. I don't want it to cling to my hairs too much. And going in with that same fluffy eyeshadow brush and my Satin Glow, I'm going to use this just to get a bit of definition on my eyelids before I start with this eye makeup look. So this just defines my crease and gives me a good base to start my eye look. And it just makes me feel like I've got bigger eyes, basically, just to have this little bit of a defined look before I start. And I'm using the eye pencil in Sienna. It's a gel eyeliner. They go on so smooth, they blend and smudge really well, so they can create a beautiful smoky effect. I'm going to use it for a bit more of a subtle winged liner in this look. So starting with my bottom lash line, on the inner rim and just underneath the lashes, and with that flat brush, eyeshadow brush, I'm just setting it with the darker of the berry colour and extending the wing out, as you can see there, and buffing it in with the fluffier brush. Now just taking it across the upper lash line, pulling my eyelid out just to stretch it out so I can get that perfect wing. So it's not a sharp wing, it's nice and soft. This is how you start off doing a wing. If you use a smudgy gel eyeliner pencil, some shadows, and you just buff it out, stretch the wing out, make it nice and soft so you don't feel you have to get it perfect with a liquid eyeliner. Buffing it out there so it's nice and soft. I've got no harsh lines. And going in the top lash line there. So if you just follow the direction of your lower lid when you extend that line out, that's going to help you get the right shape for your eye. I should have explained that as I was doing it, but you get my point. So see how I've just got a nice soft cat's eye without being too harsh. Going in with the middleberry colour there, this one's got a bit more of a shimmer, the other colour was more matte, and I'm just buffing that across the lid. I love this, it makes my blue eyes really pop. Just buffing it all in so everything is nice and soft and blended. And taking that flat brush again and dipping it into the shimmery middle colour of the berry palette and just adding a little bit of that colour to the lower lash line, buffing it in. I like it to be really soft and not too close to my eye. I don't mind buffing it out a little bit just so that it extends my eye a little bit there. Taking off the excess colour from that brush on a soft clean tissue, and I am just adding a little bit of that highlight colour to the inner corner of the eye just to make that stand out a little bit more, and just blending that across to the upper lash line on the inner corner of the eye. And my skincare company, The Face Mascara, starting with my bottom lashes first and then going into my top lashes. You've seen me do this all before, but go ahead and do 2 coats. Build those lashes up nice and full and fluffy. For lips today, I'm still going to be doing a nude lip because that's what I do, but I want a little bit of depth to it first. So I'm starting with the lip liner in Guava, just to give a little bit of base and depth to the lips, so it's not totally nude. So I'm lining the lip but also filling the entire lip in, and then I'm going to go over the top with my lipstick in Angeline. It's a beautiful nude colour, and it's a good combo with the Guava lip pencil just to define it a little bit more and deepen it up. I don't want this to be a real glossy look, but I am going to add a little bit of the Radiance Lip Plumping Gloss in the centre of the lips, just for a little bit of a highlight, give a little bit of a fuller effect without being too crazy glossy. But I hope you enjoyed this look. It's something easy if you want to start off attempting a wing look, so give it a go and let me know how you go. Thank you so much.